Hi everybody, it's Tatiana and I am coming with an impromptu book haul. I just left, like literally, I am in the parking lot for the library. I'm trying not to look at myself because I'm recording on my iPhone, if you can't tell by the fact that there are no boxes beside my face. But I am sitting in the parking lot of the library that I just walked out of, who was having a library sale, and I am going to show you the books that I got. When I tell y'all I racked up, I racked up. You're gonna see like in a hot second. I went in there with my smart, funny, and black tote that you can't really see from here, but it's full. So, into what I got. I got The Winter Sea by Susanna Kersley, and I had no idea what this was about, but one of the things that I do when I go into a library book sale is I look for authors that I have been interested in reading based on what I've heard from other booktubers I follow who read or friends who read. So Bree from Bree Hill, all channels mentioned will be linked in the description box below. She loves Susanna Kersley. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I grabbed it. I don't even know what it's about. I have no idea, but yeah, I grabbed it. I also got Whatever Happened to Interracial Love. This was, I want to say it was somebody's book subscription book the year that it came out. I don't know if it was book of the month or something else, but this is Stories by Kathleen Collins, and I was completely shocked that this was in there, and it's actually a library copy. It's not like it was a donated copy. Floored. So I got it. I also picked up Forged in Desire by Brenda Jackson. I have not been purchasing or reading a lot of Brenda Jackson lately, and the last novel that I read by her I was not that impressed with. I was very disappointed, and it was one of her newer novels. This is an older one, and Brenda Jackson was one of my favorite romance writers when I was growing up, so I figured I would pick up one of her older ones because I am really enjoying reading these romance novels that I've been reading. I also picked up The Christmas Cowboy by Donna Grant. Didn't even read the back of this. It's The Christmas Cowboy, so guess when I'll be reading this. Hey, Sambo. I picked up Breathless by Beverly Jenkins because it's Beverly Jenkins. Don't know what it's about. I picked up The Canary Wife by Patrick Ness. I have been wanting to read something by Patrick Ness and just hadn't come across anything that sounded interesting to me. This sounds interesting. It's a man who's divorced something, and a canary. No, I said the canary wife, the crane wife. A white crane ends up in his backyard or in his garden, and it's been shot through the wing with an arrow, and he saves the crane's life and gets the arrow out of its wing, and then the next day this beautiful woman walks into his shop, and it's going to end up that the woman is the crane. But yeah, I've been wanting to read Patrick Ness, so now I have a book. I got The Itch by Benilda Little. I have not read a Benilda Little book in forever, and I want to say I've only read one book of hers, and I don't think it was this book, but it was so long ago. Who knows? This is Abra Lewis Dixon is the envy of the fashionable professional women of her well-heeled social circle. I can read. I just can't edit, so this gonna all be in here. She leads a charmed life, having attended all the right schools, married the right man, and started a successful film production company with her best friend Natasha Coleman. And it seems like an ambassador from the world of perfection. It's only when her impeccable marriage turns suddenly shaky that her utopia is left in pieces. So I grabbed that. Then I picked up The Blue Bistro by Aline Hildebrand, and this is a romance novel that is set or is focused in a restaurant called The Blue Bistro, and I literally only picked this up because when in the synopsis, it's a romance novel, so cool, but in the synopsis it's set in Nantucket, and it's praises in the synopsis or the wrap-up the way that Hildebrand describes and places you in Nantucket. And so I like those kinds of novels, and I've always been intrigued by Nantucket. I got The Sacrifice by Joyce Carol Oates. I don't own any Joyce Carol Oates books. I've never read a Joyce Carol Oates book, so now I own one so that I can read it. And briefly, this is when a 14-year-old girl is the alleged victim of a terrible act of racial violence. The incident shocks and galvanizes her community, exacerbating the racial tension that has been simmering in this New Jersey town for decades. In this magisterial work of fiction, Joyce Carol Oates explores the uneasy fault lines in a racially troubled society. In such a tense, charged atmosphere, Oates reveals that there must always be a sacrifice of innocence, truth, trust, and ultimately lives. So yeah, that's all of the synopsis that I'm going to read, and this is ever so applicable to the world that we live in today. So, and this is actually copywritten in 2015, so this is another newer release that I was very surprised was on the sale. And y'all, what? What? Yes, I snatched this so fast. You know the cover and know what it's about. I don't even need to read it to you. Next. And I am looking at myself. I got The Romanov Prophecy, and for those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know I love tragic histories, and the fall of the Romanov dynasty and the rise of the Bolsheviks is one of my favorite parts of Russian history. This is it's based on the assassination of the Romanov family in the early 1900s. I was getting ready to say mid-1900s, but it's early 1900s because the investigations were still going on when I was a kid. But it's based on that, but it's set in present day for whenever this book was written, and this book is copyrighted in 2004, copywritten in 2004, so present day 2004 time frame. But Russia has decided to have czars again, and they've decided to have czars again, and they want the czar to be a descendant of the Romanov family. And so there's a guy who's brought in to look into the background of the czarist candidate, and shit hits the fan for him when he starts looking into that. So yeah. And then I got, what is this? This is it. Inez of My Soul. Yes, that's an Inez of My Soul. I just grabbed it because it's another Isabel Allende novel. I only own one of her novels, which is Daughter of Fortune, and I have not read that yet. So I went ahead and picked this up, and y'all, it's also got deckled edges, which I absolutely love. So that is everything that I got from the book sale. Now, y'all want to know how much money I spent? Y'all ready? $14. Can't beat it with a stick. So I am happy with my haul, and now I have like 2 hours to kill before my next event for the day. So I'm gonna go find somewhere. I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble because books. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend whenever you see this video. I am sorry if this video is too long for you. It's done on my phone. I can't edit it. It is what it is, and it's going up to YouTube.